Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name is Corey. This is the tabletop role-playing game club, and we are back playing Shadow Empire Season 3, Sages of Shinneman, which is a tongue twister. Why did I name it that? I am turning off Discord so I don't get any beeps. Whatever happens there, it's none of my business anymore. So thank you everybody for joining us online. Thank you to James, Crystal, Tarek, and Sasha for joining us. Hopefully Matt will join us later. I can't believe he's late to this auspicious game. I don't know what to say about that.
Just like the crane, he's going to be fashionably late.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Hopefully.
Yes. Instead of an update, instead of recapping everything, I now have cool little slates that show what each character does, their backgrounds, what the game is so far, and notable NPCs. They will be before every one of these live streams, and I'll make sure that they make it to the recorded version as well, so we can jump right in to the game. Just so you all know, James plays Ide Youngso, Sasha plays Bayushi Naran, who will be changing after this game. Tarek will be playing Soshi Kuronagi. Crystal will be playing
Shosuro.
Shosuro.
She wishes she was Moshi.
No, she said Soshi.
Oh, Soshi.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Shosuro Kuronagi. Crystal is playing Moshi Sora, and Matt is playing Doji Daisuke.
Whenever he gets here.
He's here now. He's arrived. Yes. So we are picking up kind of just a couple days after the last season ended. There was a very big spiritual wedding. Moto Nomen, and he's gone. Moto Nomen and... Shall I wait? Shall I just...
Just keep going.
All right. Moto Nomen and Kengo have tied the knot. And Kuni, the Kuni daimyo, whose name is Kuni... Give me one moment. Here it is. Kuni Tatsuhisa has said that she can help with this whole Gozoku situation. Of course, the Gozoku being some sort of secret cabal or organization trying to undermine the Empire. You guys have captured Kitsu Satoru. He is imprisoned and is in fetters that cover his hands so he cannot invoke the kami. But unfortunately, while interrogating him, you found that whenever he talks about the Gozoku, all of the sounds that come out of all of the sounds that come out kind of disappear. That the air kami take them away. And such if you give him a writing utensil too, that the letters that he writes disappear as he writes them. But the Kuni daimyo has a plan. She has somebody that she knows can get through this curse and get the information. Unfortunately, this person is on the other side of the Empire. We're going to load up Rokugan here. You guys are here at Battle Maiden Castle. And the place you need to go is Meimikake Village, all the way on the south side of the Empire through Shinneman Forest. Moto Noman has asked you to help. Matt, are you okay?
Iffy connection.
It seems that way.
It's super loud.
Moto Noman has asked all of you to escort Kitsu Satoru and protect him through the forest to the Kuni contact. The Kuni's name, by the way, is... Oh, the Kuni's name you're looking for is Kuni Kamekishi. Kuni Kami... I make the worst names.
You make up all these names you can't say.
I know. Kuni Kamekishi. You guys are at Battle Maiden Castle, and you are in one of the main halls writing letters to your daimyos asking permission to take on this quest for Moto Noman. As you are doing so, the hall begins to fill with unicorn samurai. And a Shugenja or two. And Moto Noman and Moto Kengo walk in. And she says, "Stop what you're doing. I apologize to all of you, but I've thought about this carefully, and I believe that the best way to go about this is to take you captive. You are now all the...
We now have plausible deniability.
You are now all the hostages of the Unicorn Clan. And she waits for you to respond.
Oh, how dastardly.
I look around to see if there's any other... Are there any other clan people here besides us?
No. She gave you this room specifically to write you... for you to write letters.
Bow in response to these words and say, the last standing orders I had from my uncle was to do what you said, so I am at your service.
Thank you, Ide-san. Though I would... It appears that I have won the... that I have won the favor of most of the family heads of the Unicorn Clan. And it is now just going to be a formality before I am the Great Khan.
I am proud to have been the first of the Unicorn to acknowledge that.
I am sending message to each one of your clans, each one of your daimyos, telling them that you are my hostage, and that they should send an emissary for terms. You will be escorted by one of my samurai at all times. Otherwise, you have free reign of the premise. Are there any questions?
Naren just nods.
In her head, she's like, "This is not my first rodeo."
Daisuke responds, "That is quite the dastardly plan. I accept."
You don't have a choice, Doji-san. Kengo says, "I'm so sorry about this. I would figure that you guys could just help us out. I mean, I don't see why we have to do all this, but she's very convinced of this fact that we can't trust anybody or any of your daimyos. I hope you don't hold this against me or her."
I
Oh, not
understand.
at all. After all the things we've witnessed the past week. I'm surprised we aren't taking the bull by the horns.
What do you expect us to tell our daimyo? I'm going to need to rewrite my letters.
Oh, you will not have any sort of contact with your daimyo. I will be talking to your daimyo, says Moto Nomen. They will be sending an emissary soon, or at least I hope if they care about you.
To negotiate our release?
To negotiate your release, exactly.
I kind of move around to where I'm within quiet talking with Kengo distance, and then go, do you remember what I said when we were underground about who I trust?
One moment. I just lost connection. Okay, we're back.
So I moved around to Kengo and spoke softly and said, do you remember what I said about who I trust when we were underground?
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to go back to the old, the old bit rate. This is not good. Give me,
Really a technicality since I am part of the Unicorn Clan anyway.
Yeah, you're part of the larger clan, and she is your overall champion. But like,
So for
how
me, I
Daisuke
can be
is-
relaxed about it.
I would
And
think Matt would freak out a little bit. I would think that Dice-
yeah.
Here's
He did call them dastardly.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because it feels like I keep on getting interrupted. So the reason why I think Daisuke would take it in stride is that he's already failed his Giri previously to his clan, and he's kind of wanting to get an excuse to not go back to Cranelands to explain his behavior. Plus, he also still gets the opportunity to hang out with his poetry master as well. So he's like, oh, well, an extended vacation. I can take that. Ooh.
Can't hear Matt.
I guess Kuranagi is the
We
only
could.
one who is
Yeah, we should be able to.
concerned about the reprisals that might come from the hostage.
Well, we will be traveling to my to a chateau on the other side of the lake. That's where you will be held until we are ready to go. So pack your things. We're leaving as soon as we can.
Going to after the chateau. Where exactly are we headed?
We'll talk about that when we get there.
I see.
All right. You guys pack up. The next day, it becomes official that every family member within the Unicorn Clan, every daimyo, has given at least a letter or an individual that says that they will support Motonomen for the Great Khan. Next month there will be a formal ceremony. And she has declared, as she is the Great Khan, that she deserves a new name. A name that befits her station and her stature. And she will now be known as Moto Minomen, the Great Khan. You guys go to the chateau, and as you stay there, also, Kitsu Satoru is brought there as well. There's a great many guards here. Satoru is kept in a cell, but you guys have free reign of the place. But you do have a bodyguard, kind of a bodyguard. It's you have a guard. That said, In the next couple weeks, you are visited by one of your clan. And we will start with Matt. Matt,
Daisuke?
Doji Ushio, the young man you met at the wedding, comes to the chateau.
Oh. I thought he died from alcohol poisoning last game.
He speaks with Moto Nomen. And then comes to see you. And he says, Daisuke-san, it's
Cousin
good to
Ushio, what a pleasure to see you again.
I wish it could be a pleasure. But we're in a very sticky situation here.
Yes, could you please bring me up to date? What is going on? What is the state of affairs back in Cranelands?
Well, in Cranelands,
Hmm.
it seems as though in Cranelands, there's a heavy push to build more ships. We're building up our navy.
I wonder for what reason.
I do not know.
Well, what of the situation that we, are currently involved in?
Well, first, Moto Minomen Sama has asked for two things. First, she wants to make sure that you are trained to your highest ability.
Oh. Well, that's quite favorable to me, actually. Okay.
And second, she says she will release you back to the clan if you perform a task for the unicorn.
Well, those terms seem quite acceptable. I wonder if there's any other caveats to those statements.
Well, I have been authorized to make negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very concerned about why she wants you to do a task for her. A task of from what I understand, is a prisoner escort.
Well,
do you have any extra information on this? Who is this
as far
prisoner?
as I'm aware, I am her husband's student.
Where are you going? Where are you taking this prisoner to? She has not said much about these kinds of specifics.
Mm-hmm.
You will be put into danger that would put your life at risk. I want to ask you right now, is there any reason why we should say no to this?
Well, considering that she has now been wed to my master, the current White Dragon, Kengo, I believe it would be prudent to have the Crane still keep good relations between, us and the Unicorn clan.
A samurai walks in. A unicorn samurai.
Oh?
I apologize for interrupting.
Mm-hmm.
Moto Nomen, or Moto Minomen, and Moto Kengo wish to see you at the stables.
Oh. Ah, would my cousin here be allowed to follow along, or does he need to remain here?
Um, this, the unicorn samurai looks at him and says, "I was not given any other instructions."
Well, let's go see what they need of us.
All right, you follow the samurai. You go out to the stables, and Moto Nomen, Minomen, pardon me, Moto Minomen is riding a gigantic white stallion, and Kengo's there watching. She's darting between trees, and it's in full warbarding. And Kengo will give you a bow and say, Doji Daisuke-san, my student,
Master Kengo?
please. Oh, and Doji Ushio-san, it's a pleasure to see you again. And you watch Motonomen do a bunch of different tricks and maneuvers on her horse. She makes her horse back up and forward. And you guys watch her in her expert horsemanship. And she comes galloping up. And she says, Doji Daisuke-san, Doji Ushio-san, thank you for coming out here.
What do we know? Like Daisuke bows?
Doji Ushio-san has had some concerns about your safety.
Well, as you can see, I'm still being treated well by your clan, so I honestly have no complaints.
He speaks of the mission coming up. A prisoner escort.
Hmm?
He knows you are a poet. He knows you are a diplomat.
Yes.
But he's concerned about your safety. This is not in a procession. This is not a any sort of just traveling to court or any of this. This is a serious endeavor. As such, she dismounts on her horse. Doji Daisuke-san,
Yes.
to protect you, to make sure that you are well provided on this mission, I would like to present to you Hayate, my warhorse.
Oh. So Daisuke, takes a closer look at Hayate, and considering that you said that he was a large horse, he admires the size. I assume, maybe not quite Clydesdale size, but
Not quite, but around there, yes.
Hmm? Why, it's quite the honor to be escorted by this magnificent horse.
Doji Ushio san, does this help assuage your fears of what might happen to Doji Daisuke? And he nods slowly and says, "May I confer with my cousin?" And she says, "Yes, of course."
All right, so Daisuke goes ahead and confers with Ushio.
Okay, Doji Ushio says, "She's giving you a Moto warhorse."
As far as I can tell, only for this mission, but that is quite an extraordinary offer.
She is gifting you this Moto warhorse. The Crane clan will take this horse as a gift.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure, and I will clear it with with our daimyo, but you have to make sure that whatever happens, you keep this horse alive so we can get it back to Cranelands, and we can put it to stud.
Well, since she is gifting it in my care, I will do my utmost to take care of it. I would be quite disappointed in myself if anything happens to Hayate.
All right. Well, then I think a Moto Warhorse is an acceptable trade for your services. Wouldn't you say, Daisuke? All right.
If... Well, if she is gifting it to the crane, then I will do my utmost to take care of it.
Excellent.
I may not look it, but I'm a little battle-hardened.
Well, then
Just a bit.
go on over there and accept that horse.
All right, so Daisuke goes to Mononomen, bows respectfully, and I'm not now as the player. I'm having a hard time deciding whether or not I should just like outright accept it, or if I should do the refusal custom first, and then get to the accepted portion.
Would you like to make perhaps an etiquette check?
Yes, I would like to make an etiquette check.
What is the ring that you're using for this etiquette check?
Okay, so
It's a courtier. It's a courtier skill roll. And you tell me your approach.
So culture, I assume. So culture, analyze.
That's
no.
air.
No,
It's courtier. It's courtesy.
Oh,
You're doing a social skill roll, so it's a courtesy skill check.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm not looking to trick.
Nope.
Can I use it as a scholar skill as analyze? The situation,
what are you analyzing? What are you analyzing? Let me. I'm not sure how you analyze.
Okay, so okay, maybe not the. Okay, hold on. So
Earth
courtesy
seems good for reasoning. Void is good for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with social aspect, enlightening yourself as to the proper path, that would be void. Reasoning out what your proper path would also be very good there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's using my weakest rings too.
Well, what about charm? Since you're trying to do the etiquette thing, charm would also be inappropriate.
Yeah,
So
I think that makes
three
sense.
possible rings that look like they'd be very good choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright.
I would say
At
air and
least one of
fire
them.
are the only bad
Well-
ones here.
Well, let's be charming about this, then, so that way I don't mess up badly. Oh, ooh.
What do you have for advantages that can help you? Wait, no, I think you have a disadvantage that will not help you.
Hmm? Let's see. There's affect of harmlessness, but that's an air roll or playfulness. Let's see. The following applies to the character with the playfulness passion. When you say something untoward to someone of lower or equal status, they write it off
Nope.
after performing.
Nope.
Nope. Shoot. Well, that is a courtesy air roll. Blech. There's gotta be a way to at least integrate that, not with only air, but with water as well.
Well-
Mononomen is lower or equal status than you.
Yeah, she's not. She's of a
Definitely.
way higher status.
You decide that since Moto Nomen and or Moto Minomen and Moto Kengo are friends of yours, you take this as a friendly offer. And
Okay.
and you decide you walk up and she says, "Have you decided on if you would take Hayate here as your steed?" And you're like, and you come just forward and say, you say, "Minomen, of course I'd take your horse, and I'd treat it well, and you can count on me." And Motonomen nods slowly, or Motominomen nods
I'll
slowly.
keep those three
And Kengo,
opportunities.
and Kengo says, "Of course, my student means the best. You can trust my student. He will make sure that this horse is well taken care of, and lose a point of honor and
Yeah.
a point of glory."
Yeah. Man. Ouch. Nothing but ouch in this roleplay currently.
I will make sure that Doji Daisuke has an extra lesson tomorrow. Poetry is very important. All right. She says, "This is his barding, and I want to show you something quite specific here. This saddle is extra large, and there is a ring connected to the saddle on the back of it. Do you see this ring?" And she grabs a big metal ring and holds it. "Come here. Grab it."
Daisuke does as she commands.
She puts her hand on the horse just to steady it. "Pull on that ring as hard as you can."
All right. So Daisuke pulls as
Okay.
she
It gives very, very little. Very little. And she says,
okay, so it's very taut.
and she nods and says, "Good. Make sure that ring stays like that."
All right, and
If-
that is.
What were you going to say? Go ahead.
Oh well, I was gonna ask her. So the ring has to stay this taut against Hayate whenever you put the saddle on and off him for rider safety.
No.
Oh,
If you have to remove our captive from his planquin, you may put him on this saddle facing backwards and put his chains through this loop.
oh,
This horse can support 2.
that is sensible.
Okay. Oh, pardon me.
You're fine, Corey.
Woo.
Winter has just started.
Well, I will leave you to get more acquainted with Hayate. And she will walk back towards the manor house.
All right, so Daisuke will try to get himself acquainted with Hayate, and also, kind of figure out, what form of care goes into, making sure Hayate is well taken care of.
Obviously, you
throughout the
will
journey.
you will talk to some people around here about how to do horse care and such. But before that happens, Ushio will return, and he will say, I think there's one last thing we need to discuss.
Yes.
You have a manservant?
Ah, Hiroto. Yes.
What would you like done with your manservant? Will he be accompanying you, or is it okay to take him back to Cranelands?
Hmm. Well, considering how precarious this mission is going to be, we are going to go through Shinneman Forest. So I believe it would be prudent to perhaps take him back to Doji Lands and um, have him be made use of, because we are going to be roughing it out there.
He nods. He says, uh, when I return to Cranelands, I will take him with me."
All right,
All right.
please be good to him, cousin.
Of course. That is Doji Daisuke's scene. We will move on to Sasha. We'll do Bayushi Naren. Bayushi Naren, a man comes to see you. Where's the NPCs here? Ah, here it is. A man comes to see you
Is it someone she recognizes?
who looks like this. You know this man. This is Bayushi Migahito. This is Hirohito's brother.
Okay.
You want to know how I got these scars on this mask?
Is
I
that a
mean-
mask or does he have like a painted face?
No, that's a mask.
Okay.
It is definitely a mask. And he comes to see you. And he says, sister, I hate that such tragedy has befallen our family.
I as well.
And here you are, a prisoner of the unicorn, all because of the actions of my brother.
I have a question for you, Corey.
Yes.
Because I don't know enough about this from an OOC perspective, so I want to double check with you here. Burial traditions and whatnot, people don't get buried normally in Rokugan, right? They get burned.
They get burned.
Does Naurin know what has happened with her husband's body?
I was
what
going to
did
get
they
to
do?
that, yes.
Okay.
So, oh, by the way, Tarek, man, the Twitch.
Yeah, I'm in Twitch.
Okay.
They
What
were
was his
they were
name
responding
again?
to you when you said you couldn't hear Matt, which was a comment from the
Ah,
other channel.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's weird. All right. So this is what has happened to your husband. He has been wrapped in a funeral cloth and has been prepared to travel back to Bayushi Castle. So he can be cremated, and then his family can inter those ashes.
Okay. Because that's what I was going to ask about if that was the case. But good to know.
So, and Migahito will say, the Great Khan has prepared my brother for travel, and I will be taking him back to Bayushi Castle. And it is it is one of the largest shames, the biggest shames, that you cannot be there for the funeral proceedings.
I am thankful that the Great Khan has permitted his ashes to return home.
You're a very strong woman. You've always been. So I feel as if a time of mourning is would be truncated for you. Though I don't exactly know your thoughts. If you could make them known, so I can return them with Hirohito, or Hideri Hito to the family.
I would like some time to mourn the death of my husband, yes. And the unfortunate circumstances that surround his death.
I see. I see. In which form would you like this mourning to take? In which form would you like this mourning to take?
If you could pass along, I am not able to be in contact with anyone or our daimyo, that I would like to request Mushashuyo for the time being.
Ah. The pilgrimage of a samurai one takes, where they take a year away from their lord to discover themselves in the world. It's strange that you've never taken this before. But this feels like an appropriate time for such an action. Strange it happens. Well, it is not strange. But there are other things that are happening in the Empire right now that it seems a serendipitous time for you.
I would not want the clan to be forced to deal with yet another hostage situation involving myself. Don't you think, brother?
Becoming a Ronin would free you to do whatever you wish, and possibly end your hostage here in Unicorn Lands. But before that happens, I was told to make sure that you are properly trained, and I will spend a few days doing exactly that.
Thank you.
Is there anything else? Any other questions you have?
I do not believe so.
I do know about the man that the Great Khan wishes you to escort. I know who it is. And I would like to give a warning. If you plan on doing what the Khan asks, you will come into conflict with members of the Scorpion clan, perhaps even your brothers and sisters. Now, while you will be a Ronin during this, that does not free you from any blood feuds or any sort of anger these people might have for any of the conflicts that you are involved with. So, take care, because when you return to the Scorpion, you may have a bill to pay.
I understand.
But let us get started with your training, so at least you're prepared. You're well prepared for the challenges ahead. All right. That's you and Bayushi Migihito. Oh, wait, there's one more thing he needs to do. Never mind. There's another thing he needs to do. He also says, if you want to protect yourselves from many of these Scorpion that will be coming for you, he pulls out a crystal. He hands it to you. It is a multifaceted crystal about this big. It's pretty small. He hands it to you. And he says, there are many techniques I'm sure you don't know that the Scorpion have. Things that we like to keep secret. And if you had physical proof of some of those, you could protect yourself. Especially if you're going up against the Scorpion soon. Like I said, if you come into conflict into it, there may be bills to pay. But this may be a get out of jail free item. What you do is when you find a Scorpion whose ally is the darkness, who flits through shadows, pull their eye from their skull, replace it with that gemstone. Wait about 10 seconds, and then pluck that out, and it will capture their power within that item. That is the source of these, I would say, perhaps you could call them shinobi. And if they come for you again, you can, I don't know, give that stone to where it can do the most damage.
She takes it, examines it for a moment, and then nods slowly. Did you bring this specifically for me?
I know who the man being held captive is, and I know who's after them. So yes, this is for you.
Thank you for your concern.
All right, we're moving on down to, let's do Moshi. Moshi Sora. Man comes from the Centipede clan. Moshi Hisashi.
Moshi Hisashi.
You see him hanging out, jumping up a tree in his full kimono, testing out branches to see if they'll hold his weight. You're being sent out there with a unicorn samurai in tow. Oh, let's show everybody what these are. I forgot they can't see. They really can't see the map here. So this is Moshi Hisashi. This is the character artwork for Bayushi Mikihito. So everybody out there knows what these characters look like.
We finally meet Righty.
So here is Hisashi.
Lefty.
And he says, cousin! This is a beautiful place you're in.
It is. I could not wish for a nicer prison.
Well, count your blessings, because it appears that they want you for some sort of escort, prisoner escort. Sounds dangerous.
It certainly could be.
Is this something you want to do?
I believe it is something I need to do.
Oh. And why do you believe it is part of your destiny?
I feel it. The kami have connected me with Moto Minomen and Kengo, and this is something that will be of great benefit to them and possibly to a great many in the land.
You have a great deal to make up for right now.
I know.
But we were able to get the culprit of the man. We were able to get the culprit, the person that poisoned our clanmen. This was no ordinary centipede that stung him. This was blood magic.
Blood magic.
Yes.
Who did this?
We're discussing that. We believe it might be just a regular Mehosukai, and they're making things up. But it appears that there are a new cabal of blood speakers. That witches and people of blood magic from all over are hearing the call. There's a new place of power deep within Cinnamon Forest.
Well, I suppose I am to find them?
I don't believe we could ever root these people out, but we do have a plan. Blood speakers are known for their ritual of immortality. They have a process in which they remove the hearts from their own chests, and they can live forever as long as that heart remains untouched. If you are moving through Cinnamon Forest, and you can find one of these hearts, we will have control of one of these people. We will have a spy within their midst. We can not only make sure that our clan is safe from blood magic, but we can also use them against our enemies.
It seems an ingenious plan.
Well, yeah, it is pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, did you come up with it?
Oh, no. I'm just the messenger.
That was a Corey right there, slipping in a little.
Well,
But it is an ingenious plan.
do you have any more precise information on where they might be hiding out? Cinnamon Forest is, after all, very large.
It is very large. So, the intel that we have is that there is some new head blood speaker. It is no longer the old demon Iuchiban, but some new sage of blood. If this person is as important as they say, you'll simply just follow his trail or her trail. If there are people within Cinnamon Forest, they should know that there are these types of evils within their midst. In fact, we hear tell of many people entering Cinnamon to leave, to find a new way that perhaps Rokugan is failing them at. If you haven't noticed, the Empire has been changing. The Crane clan is growing more bold. The Scorpion seem to be doing whatever they like. The Lion Clan. The Lion Clan are taking more and more territory. They may, in fact, try and retake the city of the Rich Frog, I'm hearing. This would be against Imperial order, yet they seem emboldened. They seem like they feel like they can do this even with or without the Emperor's blessing. I don't know what their plan is, but it is a very troubling time.
Yes, indeed.
And there are those at the bottom being crushed. I see the Sparrow clan. I see the Mantis clan. And I see just regular people looking for something different. And there's the whisper of the sages of Shinneman. Something different and a new path that they can find. I'm not sure whether this is salvation or whether this is dire peril. So take care if you're moving into the Shinneman Forest.
I will, most certainly, especially knowing that there are blood speakers in there.
Blood speaker!
I had to do it. Sorry.
Alright. That's Moshi Sora. Let's move on to... Who's next? Who would like to go? We got James and Tarek.
Go ahead and let James go. He has the most stake in Unicorn Lands.
Alright. Well, we all know who's going to come and talk to...
Pretty sure.
To James.
Who's gonna talk to
Ida
Ida
Youngso? It's going to be
Youngso.
Ida Youngso, yes.
Hop, hop.
Ida Youngso comes to see you, James. Comes to see your Ida Youngso.
Youngso the Elder comes to see Youngso the Younger.
Exactly. And he takes you for a walk around the lake, around the woods. You don't get a unicorn guard. You don't need one.
He is a unicorn guard.
And even if you did, your master would probably find a way to send him away.
And really, if they don't trust my uncle to guard me,
Yeah. You're not really...
that's a bit bigger problem.
You're not really a prisoner. Oh, by the way, Moshi Sora can get her training done with Moshi Hisashi as well. So, Youngso is taking you around the forest, and he says, have you given what I have said to you any thought? There's something wrong with the Unicorn Clan. Ever since our family has rejoined them, there's been a great secret they have kept from us. And since then, they have given more power and more power to the Moto family, replacing the Shinjo as our clan champion and declaring themselves a great Khan. I'm very concerned about this. And now, Moto Nomen has changed her name to have a more imperial flair.
Oh, your stream just stopped, by the way.
My stream has stopped. Oh no.
Yeah, it just... Oh, no, it's back.
Okay, that's good. In Rokugan, using the suffix or the prefix "mi" denotes divinity and the imperial families. but is also used in poetry to beautify names.
And her husband is the White Dragon.
Her husband is the ex-imperial prince.
And if you asked him, the part of what you just said that is most important is X.
I don't know.
It is why he took the Moto name.
Well, of course, he is simply a Ronin. But that doesn't mean... I have my concerns, and I hope you can see where I'm coming from.
I do, Uncle. But I also, like I said when you brought them up before, Kengo and Minomen and Samas, I trust both of them. I trust you. I trust our immediate family. Beyond that, I trust no unicorn.
I would like to protect you. We've had spies in Cinnamon Forest. You'll be heading through there to make your way to the southern village at the northern tip of Crablands. Within that forest, there are different enclaves, men calling themselves sages. They have weird and extraordinary powers. They also have interesting artifacts. Take one of these for the family. Find a sage artifact, something powerful. Use it for yourself, then hopefully you can bring it back here.
I will do my best. And
there's also the greater concern about the Empire and what's happening with it right now.
Yes, I was just about to say, I think your concerns about the unicorn are more a symptom of what, from what I'm hearing through my friends and having traveled into Lionlands, is afflicting the entire Empire. There is something going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what. But so far, there is a faction known within the Crane, at least, that is working with whatever is making these moves behind.
The Crane, the Lion,
the
as
deer.
we have Kitsu Satoru within our grasp.
Mm-hmm. And the Deer.
The Deer Clan. Yes, the Deer Clan.
Of the ones that we just named, I think it is merely a faction within the Lion and a faction within the Crane, not the overall clans that are a part of this. But
Well,
on the Deer, I think they're fully behind it.
You think a
Supporting
minor clan?
Not as in charge, but as in fully supporting.
Interesting. They could be subverted. A minor clan, just a few individuals of major clan power might be able to hold something over them.
Or offer them.
The dragon? The dragon have sequestered themselves in their mountains. Many do not come out. There is talk that there are two daimyo, two clan champions vying for power. Some say that there is only one. But they're going through something right now. Not sure what it is. The only people who seem unaffected by this are the crab.
So you even heard the Phoenix are having problems. I have
The
not
Phoenix,
heard that.
the Phoenix have a great deal of power within the Imperial City. They are the spiritual leaders of Rokugan. I don't think that anything happens within our borders that they don't have a hand in. Especially when
True.
it comes to the spiritual matters.
And I still remember the phrase that you enjoyed stealing from them. Knowledge is power. And they do have a lot of scholars.
If we can get some artifacts from Cinnamon Forest, things that the Phoenix don't know, that would be a great boon.
Mm.
All right, well, I think it is time enough that you are ready for your next technique. So follow me. The training begins now. And that is it for you. And now we can move to Tarek.
Yay!
Oh, where is
Last
this?
but not least, the Scorpion.
Where is this?
Scorpion?
Scorpion. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
under ninja. That's where it is.
The last remaining Scorpion.
He's like, you find a ninja, kill them, rip their eye out, put a gem in their eye, and I'm thinking like,
Staring at Kuranagi out of the corner.
I don't know any shadow ninjas. What are you talking about?
Cut to Noman or Naurin sleeping with one eye open, staring at Kuranagi all night.
Alternatively, you go,
They told me that she
I
was
think
coming
I know
for me."
exactly the kind of thing you're talking about.
Darren hopes Kuranagi wouldn't come to backstab her,
Middle of
but
the night.
yeah, she doesn't know. You
We're
never
good
know.
friends. You'd be able to tell if I was gonna come and murder you. You think?
This is why she has Mithridatism. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. It's because she
she's
shares a
been
room with
paranoid-
you.
Yeah, she's been paranoid about Kuranagi for years.
Tarek. Shisuro Kuranagi gets a letter to come at the dusk hour to the shrine, to the forest shrine. You go out there with your bodyguard, and you see this. It's just a straight up scorpion shinobi in full gear.
Unbawa. Son.
Your unicorn guard puts his hands on his katana.
But I put my hand up and go, I don't think that we are in danger here.
He will nod, but not let his guard down.
Very wise.
The man
I
you see
Move a little
says,
bit closer.
the man you see says, "Come, pray."
Walk forward. I will kneel down beside him.
I'm here at the behest of our daimyo.
So,
But I will
As-
not be speaking with Moto Minomen.
I see. Did Riria send word?
I'm here to train you. I will do that. But this is the most concerning thing. I'm hearing whispers. I hear that you are going to escort Kitsu Satoru.
Indeed. That would appear so.
Through Cinnamon Forest.
The depths.
If you take this mission, I will be coming for you. Do you understand?
I am afraid I don't have a choice in the matter, as it currently stands.
It seems like you don't. If you, by any chance, evade me, there are many men of power within the Cinnamon Forest that you may seek refuge with. If you can find a way, take their power. The clan, the Shasuro family, wants to know what's going on in there and wants their secrets. Learn what you can from them. Something useful. A technique that they have created.
I will do my best. Find out what wisdom they have and bring it back. I am skilled and willing to do what I can to preserve family.
You're very low, Tarek. I hope people at home can hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this better? I was talking low.
Yeah, it is better.
Let me repeat what I said. I am skilled and know that I will be able to draw whatever wisdom I find from the sages of Cinnamon Forest. And I will do what I can to bring that wisdom back to the clan or to the family. It is my hope that I can help to preserve the family.
Our daimyo wants Satoru dead.
I see.
I cannot order you to do this because this would be against the idea of getting you home in one piece. And our daimyo knows of your skill, what you've been doing. You've been doing... If she had known what you have been up to, she would have taken you away a long time ago. But put you on a better task. But you are here now.
I must make the best of a bad situation.
It is a very bad situation. You are in the worst place you could be.
I see that now more than ever. It is a treacherous path that I am walking, and one that I hope to navigate skillfully.
This new Great Khan has put months of work into the dumpster. Watch out for her. I don't think that she is as trustworthy as you think. She can't be controlled. And she's only here for herself. Her brother would have made a much better Khan.
I have my trepidation about the situation I am in, and the lack of people that I may trust on this assignment. But I do have some who may be willing to assist me going forward. Some that I might be able to reach out to with trust. I will, again, try to navigate the situation as best as I can, knowing that Moto Minomen-san has a vested interest in seeing the outcome of this endeavor be a positive one. And if I am to return back successfully and bring value back to the clan and to the family, I will need to make sure that, regardless of whether I can trust her, she must believe that she can trust me.
I'll let her know you said that. You may come out here and summon me when you're ready for your training. If you can get away from your escort.
I don't believe that will be an issue.
And a gift. He reaches back into his obi. You see the guard reach for his katana. And the man puts his hand up, carefully removes a chain weapon, and places it on the ground in front of him.
I give him a bow, and I reach in for the chain, and I take it and furl it up, and then slide it into my kimono behind my obi, and I will bow one more time. I will see you soon, when I am able to avail myself of the escort.
He will bow to the shrine and thank the spirits. He will light a stick of incense. He will stand and bow to the unicorn, bow to you, and disappear into the gloom of the forest.
I will wait a few moments and give off a prayer to the kami before standing up and then turning back to my escort. I will bow and
The unicorn says, "What was that about?" I couldn't hear anything.
I was informed about what I was to do in order to gather training, and also informed that I may be on my own in the endeavors going forward with Moto Minomen-san. I trust that I have put my faith in her for good measure.
Let's go talk to her and make sure she knows what happened here.
Of course. After you.
All right. You guys, that's it for all of your personal scenes.
Yay!
That's it.
was
Bayushi
intense.
Naren is able to get her Mushishuyo approved. And now you guys have to get ready to go out and escort this man, Kitsu Satoru. Let's go there. Let's activate Kitsu Satoru. There's this guy.
Activate.
His hands are all gilded.
We gotta put
we
our
just got a
tokens on the
black
screen, I think.
rectangle.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Give me a second. Boop. Save. That should get y'all now.
Oh, there you go.
So, those are some manacles, huh?
Yeah, they keep you from doing spells and junk.
Those are intense.
Junk. I'm not gonna make that joke. Never mind. I'll just think it.
You guys all get trained to your rank 3 abilities, except for Matt's character, who is got a title he's working on. You guys all get let me see how many koku you guys get each. Doji Daisuke gets 3 koku. Ide Youngso gets 5 koku. Kuranagi gets five koku, minus however much it takes for that chain weapon.
Quick question: how much was it to repair the helmet?
We'll get to that in a second. Moshi Sora gets 5 koku. And Narin, her final stipend, gets 6 koku.
Hey Corey, quick question.
Yes.
So I have in my notes that I was going to plan on making a bond with Kengo and Motonomen, because officially it's not on my character sheet yet. I assume I have to establish it using 3 XP.
Actually,
Right.
there's an XP chart under bonds that we'll have to look at after the game. I think it goes 2, 3, 4 for each level. I think it's a gradient of XP as it goes up.
But to establish it, it's 3. Right?
Maybe. I don't remember, but maybe. We'll talk about it on the Discord after the game.
All right.
By the way, join us on our Discord. Behind the scenes stuff. We talk about what happens during the game. Lots of stuff.
Oh yeah.
The Unicorn have increased the army size surrounding this manor house over the next weeks. And you guys are given horses. Of course, Matt, you get Hayate, the white Moto Warhorse. Then Moshi Sora, whoops, wrong one. Please don't do that. Moshi Sora is given Natsu. Kuranagi is given Rina.
She's so beautiful.
Youngso is given Shin. And Narin is given Yui. They come with leather barding, except for Matt's horse, which comes with war barding. And you can gear these things up with whatever gear you want, but you have to pay for your gear through your koku. So you can check the book and buy things after the game on Discord. You can write down what you're buying. The army is here to proceed with the escort. They are pulling out all the stops in protecting Kitsu Satoru. Right? And they put him in a pelican, a palanquin, however you call that. How do you pronounce that?
Palanquin. Yeah.
Palanquin?
Pelican.
A pelican. They put him in a box. And they close the
chain.
box, and they lock the box, and they have footmen that pick the box up and walk with the box.
Look over at Kuranagi, and there's a quick glance at Moshi Sora, because Moshi Sora was with me when we first encountered Motonomen. So it's like, that, I recognize the horse that Doji's on. What the heck? Do you see that too?
Narin would like to try to find a moment to speak to Kuranagi alone before they actually leave, because there will be a lot less privacy once they
Yeah,
head
sure.
off into the forest.
And my comment to Kuranagi can occur after we're already on our way. So
Private scene time. All right. Tarek, Sasha, your 2 characters, find a place to confer before you leave.
Okay. So Narin will approach Kuranagi and ask her to meet her to have a chat. And once they're there, she will be
I will take you to that
silent
same
for a
shrine
moment.
that,
Oh, yeah?
that I went to when I met with my my trainer, and I will light an incense and let both of our bodyguards be further away from us, and then we will speak in silence.
If we were inside, wouldn't there just be no bodyguards hovering?
No, the
No,
bodyguards are with us at all times.
yeah, they come with you
Okay.
to your rooms and such. Yeah.
Okay. So then she'll speak very calmly and quietly, and she will say, "I take it you also had a visitor?"
I did indeed. I think everyone did.
Right. How did
So-
that go?
I am fairly certain that no one is going to be negotiating on my behalf for my return to the clan.
I requested that they leave me be here.
I am certain that that will work for a time, but the Scorpion clan is not known to give up assets for long.
No, it is temporary. However, I have been warned of something, and I feel like you and I should have a small discussion about what it entails.
Let us pray to the kami. She kind of gives you a knowing look. Making sure that nobody is in earshot,
Okay.
basically.
Make
She will
a
look.
make a roll for that. Actually, let's. What could be the right skill to see if someone is in earshot?
Courtesy, maybe?
Courtesy, I think would work.
Skullduggery?
Yeah, skullduggery.
Skullduggery, definitely. Yeah, skullduggery, 100%. That's the skill.
Can I give
Skullduggery-
Kuranagi assistance?
You can give Kuranagi assistance, and Kuranagi can also use her
special ears.
hearing advantage.
Yay! I am
Super
really good
special
at this.
earbs.
My herbs. Okay, air.
And it'll be a TN too.
2. What else?
It's a lot of blank die. Good thing you get to reroll.
We rolled a 2. Oh, we rolled a 2 blank die.
You super succeeded anyways.
By the way, yes, I'm excited for honorable soup as well. Thank you. I love that. Omiosuke. Omiosuke. That's how you order miso soup now. From now on, you say Omiosuke kudasai. And that
Yes,
means you're ordering miso soup, but it translates specifically to honorable soup.
What kind of soup would you be if you could be a soup? Naren would be honorable soup.
just two honorables.
Yeah, just two, because that's the how many advantages she has. The next one will come later. You know.
Okay, so that is 3 successes and 2 opportunity. I'll use the 2 opportunity to kind of be thorough with my looking around.
Okay. You find a way to maneuver yourself with the shrine that some foliage can block your sound, kind of muffle it so they can't hear you. But you're still looking like you're praying, you're still looking like, you feel like you can be silent, or you can be you can whisper here and they will not overhear unless they have reed lips.
That's a fair point.
Naren wears a mask, luckily.
Naren does wear a mask, luckily.
Kuranagi doesn't, but she will just make it difficult to see her face during this process as she tries to bend down to bow over to pray. And she will say, I was informed by the Shishiro that their aim is to ensure that Kitsu Satoru does not live long enough to get to the end of this journey, and that they will stand against us if we continue on this this path with Moto Minomen-san. Sama and her retinue.
You are aware we cannot let that happen, right?
If we fight and survive, they will not stop. Their goal is set, and they expect to achieve that goal. So if we stand against them, we must ensure that we are prepared to stand against all that comes with that.
I was told something similar, that despite what I do as a Ronin, should I return to the Scorpion alive, whatever it is that I have done will be there waiting for me.
And they will be judging.
Which is
And
why I wanted to know where you and I stand. If ever there was a time we needed to be clear, it's now or never. Once we take our first steps, we will be committing to a path from which we cannot return.
I did not wish to believe that the Shishiro family could have been ensorcelled into this arrangement, but it would seem that the trainer who came to speak with me knew quite well what was happening and favored the assignment of Minoman's brother over her. If that is the case, then they have made their choice, or they have made a choice for me. I am not so certain that I can stand the mixture of loyalties that they have put me within. Though the Shishiro family seems to be quite aware that I am in a quite precarious position and are going to be listening out and looking out for any treachery that may arise from them. And as we both know very well, treachery is not very well, or it is not handled lightly in the Scorpion Clan. It is a narrow path that I will have to walk if I'm going to maintain the trust of all parties.
My brother-in-law came to see me. He seemed at least genuinely concerned for my safety, but I don't know where his loyalties lie outside of a bit to family, what he has left. Perhaps it was a final gesture. I don't know what orders my husband was given, and if he was simply choosing to act on them because he didn't have any other choice or because it was what he truly believed in. And I doubt I will ever know. But we need to decide.
What did he prepare you for?
He thinks that others, perhaps even other Shishiro, will come after me specifically. He wants me to find a way to protect myself. And the way that he suggested to me is rather gruesome. I thought you should know. It is likely that we are to encounter more Shishiro.
I know
In the
exactly the
forests.
Shishiro we will be encountering. He came to train me, warned me that he would be the one to kill me if I stood against him.
I called you here to tell you that if I am to go down this path, I will likely need to kill one of your family members in order to gain protection.
It will not be easy, but
I
you
do
have
not doubt
prepared
it.
yourself to some degree to deal with the techniques of my family. That being said, your eyes could be better. They will use your strengths as weaknesses. And they will make sure that you are ill prepared when the time comes to strike. I can do what I must to try to protect you and help you in this endeavor. I am in no way afraid of standing alongside my true friends. But know the sacrifice that it is going to be for me to do so.
I understand. But I also know that it is what is being asked of us now.
It is my aim to try to make sure that all parties involved in this conflict believe me to be a neutral party.
I can attempt to help you uphold that facade, but I am not certain how long it will last.
To do otherwise would ensure that somebody will come for me.
Do you think they would consider you neutral if the one sent after you was slain?
They are not coming after me. They are coming after Kitsu Satoru.
Which will inevitably put them in conflict with us.
Indeed, but not necessarily in conflict with me. I hope you take my meaning. So long as I can be seen as having been neutral while maintaining trust and confidence in those in the party and also in those who are stakeholders to this endeavor, both the Scorpion Clan and Moto Minomen, then I can continue forward. But all the Scorpion need do to spell my ruin is not to send somebody to kill me, but to send someone to expose me for what I really am. The moment that is done, there will not be one blade that comes for me, but an entire army's worth. And that I cannot escape.
Just know that I will stand with you.
But we are sisters. I have built up friends, and hopefully those friends will stand with me if the time comes. But this is the whole reason why I have endeavored so strongly to ingratiate myself among them.
Naren finished up her prayer.
Yep. It feels like y'all have said what you needed to say. We're going to go to the world map. Unless there's other characters that wish to confer before you leave.
No, I just have a comment to Kuranagi as we take off. And that is, it seems a lot of our life seems to revolve around escorting palanquins.
It is indeed. How strange, right?
Yeah.
You'd think we were made for guard duty.
Did I do
That was
this?
so much for my illustrious career in politics.
Did I do this trope too much? Is this?
This is your
so.
meet at a tavern trope.
No, I like it because it is the way that people travel. But our game opened with us escorting the White Dragon in a palanquin, and now we're escorting Minomen.
The last one ended with two people making
is,
out in a palanquin.
Yeah.
that's true.
And now this one has another palanquin.
No, I have to say, Kengo didn't ride in the
This one's a less sexy palanquin, though.
Kengo didn't ride in the palanquin except for that middle part.
And I will end up saying to Kuranagi as well, at least this time we have upgrades, and pat Shin on his neck.
Yeah, you got horses.
Yeah.
The
next time that everybody sees Naren too, she's not wearing her kimono like over top her shoulders anymore. It's draped down around her waist, and her chest is wrapped in bandages, and everyone can see this large tattoo over her right shoulder of half an Oni mask and some flowers.
Yep.
Kuranagi definitely is dressed like she is ready for the road in a way that is unusual for people to see her. She looks a little more rugged and prepared. And she has a new little weird thing on her hip.
Weird
Totally new.
thing.
A weird chain
Totally
weapon.
wasn't there the whole time.
A weird chain. Yeah.
So, like I said, you're on the other side of this lake from Battle Maiden Castle at this manor. You are now represented by our dead unicorn symbol.
Oh, I think we're on the wrong map. We're in the city of Rich Frog.
You
no,
are.
I think you need to
No,
reload.
No,
I'm
you
on
are.
Rokugan. I'm seeing Rokugan.
Oh, for some reason I was on
Yeah.
the other Rich Frog. Okay.
Okay, you're there. You can see the icon here in Unicorn Lands. This is what you are now. When you guys move, this is what you'll be moving. In fact, I don't think. Let me make sure that everybody has ownership over that.
Oh, you can give ownership of something to more than one person?
All players get ownership. Save changes. Okay, maybe you can move this now. Try and move the. There you go. That is your army. You'll be traveling for a couple days. About 1 hex a day, right? Because these are 15-mile hexes. As you can see, if you move, it'll say 15 miles.
And
Right.
armies move slow.
You will make it to Great Day Castle, which is the E-Day Castle. It's not that large of a place, but it's nice, and you spend a day there before moving on around this lake to this bridge. And here at this bridge is mostly the entrance to Shinneman. On the other side of the bridge, there is a great field. And past that field is a Torii Arch. But there's one problem. Over here on the other side of the bridge, marching forward to meet you, is a Scorpion army.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Wasn't that just peachy?
Gonna need to make ourselves a bit scarce.
The commanders come to see you guys. Let's make up a name for this commander. What do y'all want to call him? He'll be Shinjo.
Itagi.
Watanabe. It's a very common Japanese name.
Watanabe. What do you think?
I like Itagi.
Itagi. What about everybody else? Itagi or Watanabe?
I really don't care.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. I had
Spicy.
I had a Hida named Hida Wasabi.
You indeed did.
He was a terrible character. We will never go back there. He had a knife beard.
Oh god.
He did literally have
What?
a beard made out of knives. Yeah,
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
it happened. Okay.
Yeah, it
We had to deal
happened.
with it.
Maybe one day I can find that artwork.
Oh god.
Okay. I like Watanabe. It's an easy name to remember. Shinjo Watanabe approaches you. It says, already, our first leg of the journey, and we have this kind of trouble. I'm here to ask you for your thoughts before we continue on and engage this enemy.
They must know that you have escorts, or I don't want to say hostages. What is the other term?
Prisoners?
Prisoner?
Another term for it.
We have the prisoner.
No. Hostages who are Scorpion, basically.
Oh, yeah.
You must-
It's hostage,
yeah,
yeah.
you must-
Y'all are hostages.
They must know that you have hostages of their clan in tow. So I am unsure that they are going to be willing to risk an all-out war and remove any possibility of negotiating back those.
Are you sure? From what I understand, and from what Moto Minomen Dono has said, that our cargo is extremely important to some sort of secret underground organizations known as the Gazoku. And if these people are here under Gazoku orders, then that means I don't know if they care about you and your friend here, who is no longer a Scorpion and shouldn't be a problem. If all of this
I believe
army,
that they were ready to kill us during our last confrontation with Moto Zergadai and Kitsusatoru, I doubt this army would stop for us.
right, Shisuro Kuranagi-san, look me in the eye and tell me you're important enough for this army.
Well, if we are not important enough for this army to stay the conflict that it is seeking, the only other way to avoid getting protracted into an engagement would be to potentially keep your troops engaged with the Scorpion contingent and skirt the main resource that you have away and around this Scorpion army, so that they do not have an opportunity to seize him out from under you.
Well, we need to play hide the ball.
Indeed.
Take a look at those banners. What families do you see? You're Scorpion. You should know this.
I look over.
You see Bayushi and Shosuro banners. You also see one Soshi banner. You do not see any Yogo.
There's Bayushi, which make up the bulk of the force, along with some Shushuro, a good deal. There's one Soshi banner.
You notice there's a lot more Shosuro here than
Bayushi?
than almost as many Shoshoro as Bayushi, which is super strange. This is not something that happens.
Huh. I will comment on that. There are many more Shushuro banners arrayed on that field than would normally be mustered.
Great, wonderful. He holds the bridge of his nose in like irritation.
He's a
We're gonna
hybrid
be
force.
We're gonna be killing actors today. They're going to be fighting us with Kabuki fans. Excellent.
Naren does not laugh.
Kuranagi just looks to the side like, oh god.
Kuranagi's like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything.
I cannot say the words.
Out of respect to my friendship with Kuranagi, I also am going and keeping my mouth shut.
Naren refrains from laughing.
What, do they, like,
Let us-
normally pretend that they're, artisans, that they're actors, rather than shinobi?
It's literally called the Shosuro Actor School.
Well, I mean, I guess they do act. Just not in the kabuki kind of way.
I want to say when we do put up like tents for the night, Naren will like nudge Kuranagi later and be like, "So would you like to put on a little play for us?" just to tease her about this interaction earlier.
Not only will their force be varied, I would expect that they would have some harrying tactics, and I would not put it past them to have, in fact, diverted forces that you do not see, perhaps even as
Right.
many as you do.
Well, our army seems pretty comparable to theirs right now. If we hit them head on and make it look like we're protecting this palanquin, we can get... You guys can get to a place of cover within that forest. If you guys get to that forest, there's no way an army that big can follow you in.
Agreed.
I can see
So,
2 people on Hayate over here, so I can offer transport.
Excellent. Get that man over here. Get him out of that box.
And Commander, it's scorpions you're facing. Beware of shinobi. There may be forces you can't see.
Don't worry about us. We're Shinjo. We're the best scouts in the business. We'll make sure that we know what we're fighting before we even get there.
Commander,
When they put Satoru on the horse, I'm going to use Cloak of Night to make him invisible.
Oh, cool. Neat. Make a spellcasting roll.
And while Kuranagi's doing that, Daisuke will check on that 1 mil ring on the saddle just to make sure that's not loose.
Your ring seems fine right now because it has not been used. But you notice that Sotaru is testing his chains and testing the rings, and continued use of just that may wear it after a while, though that while may be days. Well, your Cloak of Night is a fail. But you did not spiritually backlash, so you can try again.
Yeah. Well,
Naren looks to the commander and says, "Do you have a map of the forest or the surrounding lands that we could take with us now that we will likely be separated?"
He pulls out this map that you see right here. Right here in front of you. This is a map of Rokugan. Unfortunately, we know very little about the interiors of Shinneman Forest. We do know that there is a river that winds through it, and that there are blessed falls here. We do know that there are many monsters that call Shinneman Forest home, including ratlings, naga, and Shadowlands creatures. Down in the south, near Falconlands, here is a Shadowlands swamp called Shinneman Swamp. We do not know if the Falcon clan are allies or not. Be wary of them. Though, if they're willing to be allies, all the better. Just be concerned that they're not lying to you about their allegiance.
If we run into any of them, we will keep information on a strictly need-to-know basis.
Let me look up what those... landmarks are again. It is... No. Here we go. The river of that moves all throughout Shinneman Forest. Sometimes it goes underground. Sometimes it pops back up. The river does whatever it wants. It's a weird thing. Maybe you can use it to get places faster, though you have horses, so you may you might want to not do that if you want to keep your horses.
And where are we going? Like, where on the map are we heading
going
to?
straight south.
You're going
Yeah, what's
to...
our final goal?
Where's the destination?
The village of Meimikake, down here at the very bottom.
Meimikake. Okay.
My Mikake.
Would you be okay, Corey, if I circle that on the map just so that I can remember where it is that we're heading?
Sure. Go ahead. Oh, there's a bunch of circles.
Too many
Yes, she
circles.
put circles on it.
That's
level?
where we're going. So these are Heavenly Falls, and the River of the Sky goes straight up a rock, like a mountain area, and comes down to make this pool. So Magic River, evil swamps, all sorts of weirdness, ghosts. The Falcon clan like hunting ghosts within the forest. And it is generally a place where if someone wants to get lost, if someone wants to hide from the forces of the Empire, this is where they go. So, it should help you guys as well on your trip. You should be well hidden within there. The forest will protect you from armies.
But not from individuals.
We will
No.
have to protect ourselves from the forest.
Yes. Be warned, Cloak of Night doesn't last long. How long does it last?
Number of rounds.
Right. Equal to your bonus successes.
That means we basically
Long
have to
enough to ride for the
be quick.
forest.
Yep, be quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured if we were going into like combat, then rounds are really long anyway. But
It
if
just
we
means
are-
you'd probably do it right before we took off
we
after
break
they
away from
engage.
them, and if need be, I can also keep a ink of shadow around us for a while.
He is going to screen horses in a maneuver that should confuse the enemy as to where you are.
Gee, I wonder what that tactic is called.
It's a tactic that a lot of people use. It gives you obscuring terrain. But yeah, once his scouts come back and tell him, he says, "We're ready to begin. Are you guys ready?" All right.
Yes.
They cross the bridge and engage the Scorpion. You guys ride furiously for the Torii Arch that leads into the forest. That's where we'll end our game. All right. Everybody, give yourself just 1 XP for this game. Let's give you some. Let's give you some glory and honor and those types of things.
I wasn't expecting any of that.
I need to lose some status, right?
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say probably.
yeah. Your status is gonna go down.
You are no longer samurai.
Well, you're samurai. You're just not a. You're not G samurai.
Officially.
You're not G samurai. All
I'm on
right.
sabbatical.
Moto Nomen, your status becomes.
Moto Nomen?
I'm sorry.
My status just rose by like 10 times.
Naren, your status is now 24.
From 36 to 24?
From 36 to 24. That's correct.
Okay.
Is it a drop of a certain amount, or is it just it goes to a certain base level?
It goes to a certain level, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's the highest Ronin can get,
Okay.
for the most part.
sense.
Very slightly below me.
Let's see here. We gave Matt his courtesy breach.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we
Oh.
got from Matt.
Right, weren't we supposed to drop honor and glory or whatever over this
Oh yeah,
break time?
Everybody-
I thought we did that before.
I think y'all did that last game, right? Did y'all drop 10 glory from the break?
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
that's
we
cool.
did that way before we took the break.
That's what I thought. Okay. Compassion. Nope. Courage. I want to give everybody a point of honor for courage this game. I put y'all into some pretty compromising situations, and I think everybody did pretty well. Uh, we'll see how duty and loyalty pan out, though, later
Yeah,
on.
that's gonna be tough.
We'll see.
I would like both Sasha and Tarek's character to lose a single point for sincerity.
Being sneaky.
And I want
Can I have one more?
for being cagey in front of your family members.
That's fair.
S-
We were hiding the fact that we were not planning on following through
yeah,
fully.
and
with
Nar
Scorpion
knows a
Force.
lot more about Hiderihito's death than she could have told his brother. So because of that, I think just 1 point for sincerity. And I think Doji Daisuke 1 point for sincerity as well.
Honor or glory?
Honor. As for glory, you guys were taken hostage. But you were taken hostage to do a task. That's weird. So, I think that glory is going to even itself out there.
How about riding a moto warhorse?
Riding a moto warhorse. I'm going to give
Given
you...
by the daimyo herself. or
Yes. I'm going to give you 3 points of glory for that. For getting a moto warhorse.
Yeah, everybody's gonna look at you and be like, wow,
Oh.
what did he do?
And everybody, for being part of this army, gain a point of glory. And I think that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the game.
Yes.
Very much so. It sets up a lot of stuff.
Yes.
The action will begin next week. Thank you, everybody who watched as a live stream. Thank you for watching if you're watching as a recorded stream. I appreciate everybody, including my patrons scrolling at the bottom, who help out this channel all the time, and the people on Discord who are joining the club. Thank you guys so very much for all of your support and your patience while we got this adventure together. I hope you guys go back and watch Isle of the Accursed, of the Dreaded Accursed, that we did between season 1 and 2. We had a lot of fun with that game too, so please check that out. From James, Crystal, Tarek, Sasha, Matt, my name's Corey. Remember, go roll some dice.